Charles Leclerc has reportedly put together his own private team, and Honda have addressed an Aston Martin misunderstanding. That's what I'm talking about in this video. Let's jump straight into it, and we'll start with Aston Martin. And as we know, it's not the start to 2026 Aston Martin and Honda would have wanted. I mean, there are vibrations coming from the Honda power unit, and that's been causing driver discomfort and been damaging batteries. Reliability has been bad so far, and on top of that, the team just looks slow. Now, this wasn't expected going into 2026. I mean, Aston Martin managed to sign Adrian Newey, and he's the greatest F1 designer of all time, in my opinion. And then with Honda, they've recently won multiple world championships with Red Bull, so the two coming together, it looked to be a really good match. But yeah, it's got off to a really difficult start. Now, Honda made a full-time comeback to F1 this year, having ended their previous works partnership with Red Bull at the end of 2021, although the Japanese manufacturer continued to provide technical support for a power unit that, as I say, went on to claim further world titles and race victories with Red Bull until the end of last year. And in March, Sky F1 said that Newey said he was unaware of Honda's struggles until November, and that only 30% of the original team that helped Verstappen win his maiden driver's title in 2021 returned to the fully fledged outfit that have produced the 2026 power unit for Aston Martin. Now, the Aston Martin and Honda partnership was announced in 2023, so that was quite a statement from Newey, given how much time they've had to work on this. However, Honda boss Koji Watanabe has addressed the situation, with him clearing up exactly what happened, with him saying, as quoted by Racing News 365, "Yes, basically, I think that it's a misunderstanding. Basically, our policy is to rotate the engineers of the motorsport regularly to mass production or more advanced technologies like jet, eVTOL, hydrology, or something like that. So that's it. We continue to rotate from the beginning. Probably my explanation is not enough. Also, of course, as I said, to rebuild the organisation took a bit of time, so that was his worry, I think. But now we have sufficient organisation and talent. The relationship between Aston Martin and Honda is quite good. So between the actual development team, like in the case of Honda, Tetsushi Kikuta in the project leader of the power unit, and also Enrico Cardil on the Aston Martin side, they work closely together. Also, Lawrence Stroll and I, myself, and Adrian Newey have quite good relations, so I have no worry about that." Now, just before I continue, if you're enjoying the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss my Formula 1 content. Your support means so much to me, and I'm really grateful for it. But let's move on to Ferrari, and as we know, they're having a much better year in 2026 than they were in 2025. I mean, this year, the team clearly have the second fastest car and have secured a podium at every Grand Prix so far. And on top of that, Ferrari is set to bring big upgrades to the next race in Miami, with the hope of closing the gap to Mercedes, and among those upgrades is a revised floor to help with downforce. And if you want to find out more about that, I'll leave a link to a video I did in the description. However, where there's a clear gap to Mercedes is the power unit. Mercedes definitely have the best engine in 2026. And the race said the delta would be around 20 brake horsepower, and from what has been learned, this leaves the Italian team fairly confident of being allowed an upgrade under the additional development and upgrade opportunity system. However, in addition to this, it's been reported that Leclerc has enlisted his own team of external consultants to optimise the software and help bring Ferrari back to the top. Basically, GP fans say that Federico Albano, known for sharing in-depth telemetry analysis on Formula Passion, has explained the rationale behind Leclerc's decision. He said, "As far as I know, he's put together a dedicated team to study the data and drill down into every detail. This isn't even a group from Ferrari, but his own inner circle. Charles is still very young, and many would understand if he grew frustrated by never having a winning car, but we all agree he has the potential to become a champion. Choosing to dig deep into the data like this shows an exceptional level of seriousness and professionalism." So yeah, if that's the case, Leclerc is really pushing to try and help Ferrari get back to the top, isn't he? Personally, I think it's going to be hard for Ferrari to close the gap by Miami or anytime soon. I think Mercedes are just too far out in front, in my opinion. However, I do think there is potential for Ferrari to close the gap over the course of the season. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. But that's going to be the video from me. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care.